if someone on the right disagrees with me, they're like, "Do you get your news from CNN?" If someone on the left disagrees with me, they're like, "Hey, you get your news from Fox News?" And technically, I'm THORnews, so I get my news from myself. But a lot of times, I get my news from Twitter, which is why over the last few months, I've been saying, "Wow, the conflict in Ukraine between Russia and Ukraine seems to have really changed the game ever since HIMARS got there." HIMARS, which is a rapid rocket that can fire up to 6 artillery-guided rockets with seekers that lock onto moving targets with using GPS, and they have a 90-mile range. It really seems to have changed the game. I believe HIMARS was created by Lockheed Martin. Anywho, August 29th, Tucker Carlson was like, "Hey, dude, any intelligent people by any intelligent measure can see that Vladimir Putin is winning the war in Ukraine, and he's going to win the war in Ukraine." I was like, "What, dude? What are you talking about?" Anyway, so it's been announced over the last few days that Russia's had to pull back a lot of areas and that the counterattacks by Ukraine has been very effective. I'd like to remind everybody that ever since I started THORnews, I have been praying for world peace, and I recommend you pray for peace today. But, we all live in a fantasy world, so if you want to, you can believe whatever the hell you want to. Okay? Great. All right, the Queen of England died. I liked her. I always thought she was cute. She had a sense of humor, and she seemed to rule over stability for 76 years. But you don't have to agree with me on that either. Also, with 2 months till the midterm elections and so many millions of people turning their religion from whatever it used to be into something of a political nature, you can already feel the energy is very palpable. Anyway, I recommend you stay cool and respect the right of every American to believe whatever they want to believe, man. Whether it be about God or politics or any subject in the universe. I was born in a not pre-9/11 time, so I remember when we used to be able to disagree peacefully and we wouldn't demonize each other for our own beliefs. And I say that as a Norse Jedi Christian. All right. And welcome to Retrograde City, where like 7 of 9 planets are retrograde. The only ones that aren't are Venus and Mars. And it'll be this way until October 2nd, I believe. And then Pluto will go direct. Hurricane season is still boring, and here's the world's largest corn maze celebrating 007. Here is a wildfire that happened in California a few days ago. This is on the 8th. That looked like a volcano mushroom cloud, but they tell us it was a wildfire. And that may be, like I said, anyone could believe whatever they want. Strange days indeed. And here's a wildfire from California yesterday that looks like a spaceship. So, yeah, the wildfire situation has definitely been interesting and odd over the last week. And things will probably continue to get crazy. And the Pacific Northwest is looking incredibly unpleasant right now. As you have major, massive Oregon and Washington wildfires happening that also look like volcanoes. The XMen Signal is up. Jupiter and the moon will be out tonight. And I think the Grand Solar Minimum and QAnon guys still really don't like me. Which is fine. Not everybody's going to like me. But hey, what is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 sunspots, man. But like, if you want to believe that's a Grand Solar Minimum, you can. If you have millions of followers who follow you and are like, we totally believe this is a Grand Solar Minimum, that's fine. You're allowed to believe whatever you want. Like, one day I believe I may get to jam with Billie Eilish and Olivia Rodrigo and even Taylor Swift, and we'll all have a sing-along, and it will be great. Will it happen? I don't know. I guess people say odds no. But, we're all allowed to believe, tell us ourselves our own fantasies if we want to. That's fine. It's America. Like here, we're looking at 2019, 2020, 2021, and then 2022. And so I think Asteroid Fight Club birthed into Atmospheric Defense Team and then also Space Force. But so we have people playing atmospheric defense for us to prevent us from getting hit in the face in major cities from hurricanes. You don't have to believe that either. Hey, super duper absolute thanks to Karen and Colleen and everybody in Asteroid Fight Club. I super appreciate you all. Hey, check out tonight. You'll see Jupiter and the moon right next to each other again. All right. Which I consider to be super duper proof of divine architecture. After working 11 days in a row in my jobby job, I am now enjoying a day off. Here with you as Planetary Defense Commander. All right. We were watching, like I said, it's still fiery, and we just had a major heat wave in California, but then they got some rains and some floody rains and some lightning, and we're still watching all the things. And hey, watch out for floods. I don't know, anytime I take more than a couple of days off from making a video, I always feel super rusty. So if I'm super rusty, please forgive me. But yeah, rains, watch out. Rain, watch out. Make America fun again. All right? Shall I repeat it? Make America fun again. And let us have rock and roll and sitcoms peak during my lifetime. I would like that very much. But sure, there'll be hazards around, like heavy rain in Alaska, Florida, along the coast of the east, south, and then up in here, the Great Lakes. Possible flooding, possible flooding, possible flooding, possible fog vampires, possible flooding, not very possible dangerous hurricane. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's a weird world, and it will continue to get weirder. You know, we got the Saturn-Uranus square coming up in the start of October, and so you'll feel the energy there as Surprises starts to battle it out with Law and Order. And, you know, strange days indeed. That's my guess. So be prepared. But don't be surprised if you run out onto a field that cops are going to tackle you and drag you off, especially if you're in the crowd of hundreds of thousands. But yeah, definitely don't do mushrooms in an event like this. I'm on episode 3 of Cobra Kai season 5, and it's my thought is, wow, this is better than it should be. All right. Texas doesn't have basements, so our basements don't flood because we don't have them. But in Chicago, a lot of basements got flooded because they got rain, and they have basements. The Clark Dry Lake is almost ready for boating. This is in Arizona or Nevada or somewhere where they don't usually get flooding, I think. Yeah, you've had some flood watches in Los Angeles. Hey, Hunter Thompson, the 1 week after 9/11, said, hey, the party's over, folks. It's only going to get shittier from here. God, let's hope that's not true. Melissa, I'm going to be a fan of you no matter what you do. All right, everybody stay cool. I'll try to get back into form. Work won't be as intense as it was the last 2 weeks for me, so I might even get a few days off, which means you guys will get more videos. Yeah, but the wildfires have been off the charts and dangerous. Here, the hotshot wake up is like the Cedar Creek fire in Oregon. Oh, yeah. Mercury retrograde. I can blame all my misspeaks on it. Cedar Creek fire in Oregon tripled in size and is now nearly 86,000 acres. Yeah, dude, I've seen some crazy photos the last few days, and I've shown some of them to you. Like I said, I get a lot of my information on Twitter. Anyway, if you want to read more about what has happened in the last week in the Battle of Ukraine and Russia, you can check out Mick Ryan's War in the Future, this 18 thread talking about how, yeah, lately Ukraine's been doing a whole lot better. And it's one thing to invade a territory, but it's another thing to hold that territory. Remember, I was against the invasion of Iraq in 2004 and 3, and I was against the invasion of Ukraine. I just think invading other countries is a bad idea, and I would like world peace. You know that. And it is weird how in the last 20 years, you know, people used to expect the government to help and to warn people of natural disasters and stuff, but now it's kind of like it's very musical chairs, free for all attitude we have towards natural disasters or unnatural disasters or supernatural disasters. Anyway, mosquito fire, very bad. Hey, remember when they released the Kraken? All right, God bless y'all. Have a great Sunday. Thank you for being there for me always. You are amazing. Stay cool. Talk to you soon.